Hello everyone, this is Kirnath. I know I haven't been around on YouTube for quite a bit. I know that a lot of you guys have been wondering where I've been, and I've actually haven't gone anywhere. I haven't. The main reason why I haven't um, made new content is because I've been streaming. You know, like if I'm streaming, I can't make new content. Most of the time, I do streams where I start at like maybe a hour or two after I come back from work, and I just do it up until I sleep. So because of that, I haven't been able to really make video content. If I'm not streaming, I'm pretty much in a game, and I've gone into several different games. Well, this is one of them, and I've tried other games like Flat Out, and I've gone back into Burnout Paradise. So yeah, I've been here and there with different games, but these games still DMC 3 and 4 still hold a special place in my heart. So I'm gonna do a playthrough of it, and hopefully maybe I can discuss some hints and tips and strategies that you guys can use to beat DMD mode. Because I don't know about you guys, but I struggled through DMD the first in my first few playthroughs. So let's get things started. Now, you guys may be wondering, how am I playing this game? Most of the time, when someone records footage from this game, it's either from the PC version, and I've been told the PC version is really, really, really bad. It's a bad port, graphics look fucked up, and it's just think there's so many things wrong with it that I personally shied away from it. There's the HD collection, and since I don't have a capture card, I don't or anything like that. That's out of my reach. There's the original version of Devil May Cry 3 for PS2, and that version is also out of my reach because I don't have a capture card. So of course I'm recording this on PC, and what I'm using is some awesome PS2 emulator called PCSX2, and I'm using the latest SVN build. I forgot what build number. It's like 5.7 something something. I regularly update it, and PCSX2 is really really easy to get. You just Google it. It's like one of the first links you'll get. But you guys may be wondering how I'm playing this in widescreen format, and you'll see that once I get into the game, the textures don't look that bad. Because most of the time, if you end up playing in widescreen format, it looks stretched, and on top of that, the in-game textures look really really bad. What's great about PCSX2 is that there's this thing called super sampling, where it takes the original resolution of the game, the internal resolution, not the resolution that you run at, and it like you can have it like blow it up, and then after it blows it up, then it shrinks it back down into the size of the window of the game that you're playing. So essentially, all it does for you visually is it basically does kind of like a HD remix of the textures and 3D polygon models in the game. So it makes the game look a lot nicer. It doesn't look as jagged. It doesn't look as blocky. So I'm using that for this game. And there's also a widescreen patch that you can apply to the game to have the game run in a 16:9 720p or whatever resolution you want. So essentially, the game kind of plays like the PS3 version, but the only difference is there's a very very small amount of input delay that may screw people over if you use Royal Guard. A very very high level YouTube player named Blowhard, yes, that's his name, points this out when he tries to show how difficult it is for him to Royal Guard stuff. I got used to the delay. Like I don't even notice it nowadays, but if you're someone who played the original versions of the games, you may want to get the other versions, because I believe all the other versions, including the PC version, does not have this delay issue. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the game. I'm going to try to give you guys some hints, tips, strategies on what to do for each of the levels. I've pretty much unlocked everything. All my styles are maxed out except for Gunslinger. So if you guys see me go over Gunslinger, um, and you see that's level 2, it's because I'm too lazy to max it out. I should max it out. That's my fault. So yeah, please don't remind me. Anyway, other than that, I'm just gonna try to play through the game. I'm gonna let the cutscenes play, and then I'll just go through each of the levels. I'll split up the game by missions because I don't have to worry about time. And if you guys have any feedback about this, I'm gonna post this one up as like a kind of like a preliminary, like a test episode, and then please give me some feedback about it. So, yep, let's get things started.
You've heard of it, haven't you? The legend of Sparta? When I was young, my father would tell me stories about it. Long ago, in ancient times, a demon rebelled against his own kind for the sake of the human race. With his sword, he shut the portal to the demonic realm and sealed the evil entities off from our human world. But since he was a demon himself, his power was also trapped on the other side. I never believed it. I thought it was just a child's fairy tale. But I discovered that this so-called legend wasn't a myth at all. Sparta existed. How do I know? Well, I met the sons of Sparta. Both of them. Though the same blood of their father flowed through their veins, the two battled each other fiercely like arch-enemies. It seemed as if they derived some sort of twisted pleasure from this brotherly fighting. But in the end, only one was left standing.
Sorry, not open for business yet. I haven't even picked a name for this joint, and I'm already getting calls. You a customer too? Well, if you want to use the bathroom, help yourself. The toilet's in the back.
Is your name Dante, son of Sparta?
Where did you hear that?
From your brother. He sent this invitation for you. Please, accept it.
Invitation, huh?
For that kind of hurt.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
Oh, fuck. I remember when I saw that when I was younger, when when the game first came out. Holy crap! It fucking blew me away. So in DMD mode, obviously the monsters hit harder. They attack more often. They have a tendency to dodge your attacks more often, depending on the monster. And generally, the game is a lot more unforgiving. So that's part of the reason why. Oh, sorry about that. That's part of the reason why I use Swordsmaster style, because it's actually one of the more overpowered styles in this game, and the game won't care if you end up like using the most abusive stuff. And this tutorial is mainly for people who just want to get through DMD and you know, try to make it at least look a little bit decent. Because when I initially went through DMD mode, my grades were littered with like B's and C's, and I will try to get perfect, not perfects, but like A's and S ranks, but there's no guarantees. This is mainly a playthrough and a bit of a tutorial, so I'm not gonna try to emphasize on trying to get like an S or a double S, because this game's bloody hard on DMD difficulty. But I will try to at least, you know, keep the scores as high as possible when it comes to being a let's play. So anyway, I use Swordsmaster for this level, and normally I either use a combination of Agni and Rouge and Rebellion. That's like my go-to for most of my playthroughs, or I use Agni and Rouge and Beowulf. So for now, I'm just gonna use this, and then for guns, I usually use Kalina Ann and Ebony and Ivory. The reason why I do this is because this game has a mechanic called weapon canceling, where you can cancel the cooldown of a weapon by switching to your other gun and then firing it, and then just switching back, so you can keep on spamming a gun. And Kalina Ann by itself has really bad cooldown, but if you combine it with Ebony and Ivory, which has almost no cooldown and no execution lag, you can basically make Kalina Ann fire much faster. And Kalina Ann will be it's going to be absolutely useful for DMD mode, because it'll help you stagger things that you normally can't stagger. And from a technical aspect, if you guys want to know, like, Kalina Ann has about 50 points of stun or launch ability, and that's very important for when monsters DT. Most of the time, for most monsters, if they DT, if you hit them with Kalina Ann once and you do a launcher, it's gonna launch the monster. But that's like more for the advanced combat mechanics, and there's actually a lot of Devil May Cry 3 videos covering this kind of stuff, and there's a lot of information on the internet, both on GameFAQs and I believe the Phantom Babies forums, that you can go to for this kind of information. So anyway, I talked too much. Let's get things started. So one thing you want to start with is to be holding the L1 button, because there's this thing called Double Trigger Explosion that's really powerful, and it'll allow you to kill a bunch of monsters at once. Like that, see? By killing monsters simultaneously, that prevents the monsters from DTing. And if Devil May Cry 4 was your first Devil May Cry, then a lot of these mechanics will be very familiar to you. These guys, watch out, just stay the fuck away. This is part of the reason why you want to clean Ebony and Ivory for this level. Do that. These guys are called Lust. These guys are freaking annoying, because they do this uppercut move that just really ruins your day. The way monsters DT in this game, there's two forms. They DT also after a specified amount of time, and they also DT if you kill too many of their friends. So you have to be really careful about what you kill in this game, because if you go about killing everything willy-nilly, you're gonna have a bunch of DT monsters in your face, and that's not fun. So you Watch out for these guys. Hopefully. Oh, fuck. See why I hate these guys so much? And that's it. That's a very, very short mission. I could have gotten double S if I didn't get hit once there. But I'm not gonna do this again because this is mostly an informational let's play to give you some tips on how to get through this game. Anyway, that's some really good pizza for him to want to bust up his place just for it. Ah, fuck.
I can already tell. Looks like this is gonna be one hell of a party!
So as you guys may see, there's gonna be a few graphical glitches here and there. The transition from the final cutscene to the mission clear sign, you're gonna see like bars on the side because obviously this widescreen patch is kind of a hack rather than a true patch. You'll see some slowdown in some areas, mainly because I am using the super sampling feature, and that feature is gonna sometimes use up a lot of processing power. Running this with super sampling and running fraps at the same time is very, very taxing on the processor. The only reason why I'm able to do it is because I have a fairly decent processor. But yeah, if you guys see any weird looking glitches or some videos look funny, I'm very well aware of it. Please don't let me tell me about it. That's just a side effect of me emulating it. But emulating is really the easiest way for me to get the game and the Let's Play to you guys. Anyway, I think that's about it for this episode. Please feel free to leave me any feedback on the game. Let me know if I need to improve anything, and don't forget to visit my Twitch channel because I'd love to be able to talk to more of you guys who enjoy this game. Anyway, take care guys. Goodbye.